This was once my old stomping ground. This is the Nottingham Arboretum. Very different. It feels totally alien to when I used to work here. It's certainly grown up a bit, especially one tree in particular, and that's a tree that's behind camera. It's Metasequoia glyptostromoides. I always remember that one. You may well know it as a redwood. And that has grown enormously. It's at least doubled in size since I last saw it. Quite a marvellous tree. But I'm not concerned with that tree because the trunk of the London plane behind me is studded with sapphires. If you look fairly closely at the trunk of this plane, you may well see glimpses of sapphire blue just peeking out of certain cracks and crevices. There, there, and there. They're also elsewhere as well, and interestingly, they're all pretty much tucked under a horizontal overhang as well. See, like other examples of this sort of damage to this tree, tucked under there are these beetles, and the beetles actually, as far as I know, have no association with London plane whatsoever, because these are alder leaf beetles which have already took themselves away to spend the winter. And now you can see that sapphire blue a little bit more, and you can also see that it's a beetle that we're talking about here, and this of course is the alder leaf beetle. Now these are obviously tucking themselves away for the winter already, despite it only being the middle of September. But there are numerous groups on this tree, all tucked into similar crevices, as we can see here. This is probably about the largest group of about 6 individuals, and there are odd beetles still just wandering around on the trunk here, looking to find such a site to overwinter in. It's not unusual for alder leaf beetles to utilise any tree, especially trees that they're not known to feed, and I've not recorded them feeding on London plane, but I have recorded them on a variety of trees, including goat sallow and silver birch. But I've found groups of them overwintering in the cracks and crevices of yew of all trees, so they will utilise any nook and cranny no matter where it is, and they will also overwinter in the ground layer. So a nice little touch of colour on an otherwise drab fissured trunk, as these alder leaf beetles tuck themselves away and go night-nights for several months.